I'll get a can of Coke. Right, 5. Hello. Hello, everybody. So, right, 5 viewers. I don't know who's going to be joining us tonight, if anybody. So we'll yeah, just like it used to be. So just in case, no last minute messages. No. Right. Okay, we're 3 minutes over. It's not a problem. Right. Hello and welcome to everybody. Wednesday night again. Now, we weren't on last week. Various reasons for this. Now then, I, at the moment, have raging toothache. I've got like an abscess or something going on above a tooth here. It's an absolute flaming nightmare. It's extremely painful. And last week, a couple of other, Neil wasn't feeling well. And somebody else was, was there somebody else? I can't remember. I'm sure there was. Neil. And anyway, so I decided that I just couldn't go ahead and do it because, I mean, I was sat in the chair rocking backwards and forwards, holding my face because I just got all this pain. And even now, I'm surrounded by concoctions of sort of painkillers and even Colgate sensitive toothpaste, which I rub on the tooth to try and, which actually works. So if ever you get toothache, get some of that, just put it on your little finger and just rub it all around the tooth, and it actually works. In conjunction with other painkillers, but we won't go down that route. Yeah, so I've still got it. When's my appointment? When was the earliest appointment we could get? Middle of June?
End of June.
End of June.
We're hanging in.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens then because I've got a morbid fear of dentists. And I'm not really looking forward to that. I just want to be referred to the hospital so they can knock me out. But there we go. So anyway, if I seem a bit spaced out, it's because I am. Right. So where to begin? So let's start off. We'll have some bit of news, and now we've got our group builds. Our very first group build for the channel, Misfits+1, and ours is going to be escorts, not the female kind, but rather the old Ford Escort. This is the one I'm building, and we're allowing a very, very generous 6 months for this, and that's a really long time to build a car kit. But we're allowing any sort of aftermarket. If you can spend hundreds of pounds on aftermarket, go for it. If you want to build a diorama, then go for it. I might actually build a small, now they're not dioramas when they're very small, are they? They're more like vignettes. So I might try and do something like that. Alex, hello. It's Alex. Alex is in. Alex is my goddaughter.
She's watching for the first time.
Watching for the first time. So I don't know whether she's got any interest in. Has she got Alex? Do you got any interest in modelling? I don't know. But yeah, so I shall be building this, and I may do a little vignette or something. I haven't made up my mind yet. But this is also coincides to be with my new ethos of building shit kits. You know, little thing there that you may remember from a couple of weeks ago. There'll be some more on that in a short while. But basically,
said 6 months.
Sorry,
6 months.
6 months for what? Who said that, Joe?
So,
yeah, Joe, six months. So yeah, so you know, knock yourselves out with that. That's ours, and I can say we have got at the moment we've got a prize. And at first we were going to do a little token thing. So we're going to get a little sort of something to give to the winner. Not going to say what it is. That will remain a surprise to whoever wins. And you know, so if you know anyone that wants to join in, get them to come over and join and get building, and then they can participate in the fun and games there. So, and basically, I will be putting up an album on the Misfits+1 channel, and that will be for all work in progress pictures from your build. Now, I know lots of other channels, when they do group builds, there's rules that you've got to you've got to write detailed accounts of your build. You know, as you know, our channel is a bit, we don't want to build our channel up around rules. We try not to, as much as humanly possible. We try to make it as relaxed as we can, you know, so more fun than anything. So there won't be any rules as such. It would be nice if you could, anyone participating could put some pictures up of their build along the way. If they want to add some text, that's totally up to them. But I think in the end, the winner will be judged on their work. I don't know. I'm not sure yet how it will work when it comes to deciding a winner, but because obviously if somebody's built a big huge diorama and then somebody else has just built the kit out of the box, we've got to have a way of trying to equal that off. So you know, we'll have to think about that. And
Joe said most just require a picture of the unbuilt kit with something that date stamps it on the start date.
Yeah. So yeah, that's probably one rule that we will have to keep, because otherwise you could have a built kit and all the pictures in your library, and then all you've got to do is come along and drop them onto the channel, and there you go, you've got a pre-built kit. So I'm not saying that everyone's dishonest in that way, just that, you know, that's how my mind works anyway. So yeah, just put a picture up your kit to show that it's yours, and the start date for this is the 1st of June, so day after tomorrow.
That would be Friday.
Yeah, day after tomorrow. And then we're sorry about the straw, but I can't drink anything on this side of my mouth.
Just to please your daughter, you might want to take the toothpaste off the side of your mouth.
I thought I had. Oh, I haven't. No.
My little bit of fun for the night.
Is it? It's gone. Is it gone? I did see it at the beginning. I thought I got most of it off. Yeah, if you'd been here a few minutes ago, I got fingers in my mouth with toothpaste everywhere. Oh dear, it was a nightmare. So anyway, that's the Misfits' first official build.
Anna said, I will have a tank to build by Friday, maybe later, as there is so much time. Taking a break from the horrible Titanic.
Yeah, Joe's building the Titanic, and by the looks of it, she's got a particularly bad kit. And I don't envy that build, because I've actually tried to build a Titanic a long time ago. It didn't go well. I was a lot younger, but no, it didn't go well. So that brings us on to now I can never get his name right. I just call him Chris. Others in the group call him Christoph, but he has a group build coming up, same date, 1st of June, but his is 100 years of the RAF. So any plane or jet or anything to do with the RAF that has been in the last 100 years. It's that simple. So with that in mind, as you know, I'm trying to prove that not when we come across all these alleged shit kits, I'm trying to prove that they're not so much shit as actually skill building. And I have picked the mother of all rubbish kits, apparently. And this has a fearsome reputation when it comes to being bad. And this will be my build for that group. It was initially going to be a Harrier jump jet, 1/72nd scale jump jet. But I'm going to build the 124th Supermarine Spitfire Mark 5B. And this was flown by the Polish contingent of the Fleet Air Arm, I believe. And it's the chief flying officer. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Oh, there it is on the side. Jan Zumbak. Jan Zumbak. And he was a famous Polish Battle of Britain fighter. And he flew EN 951303 Squadron from late September 1914. And he was posted back into 303 as a commander. Yeah, as a commander. And 2 months later was promoted to squadron leader. So
Joe has a question. Is it only operational, or does that include research and evaluation?
Wow, that's a very
anything.
Now I would interpret it as absolutely anything to do with the RAF. It's 100 years of RAF. But if you want clarification, is Chris watching at all? So Chris, if you're watching,
please answer.
What?
Please answer.
Yeah, answer. If not, we'll go with my answer for now because it's the only one. And we will correct if necessary.
If they said anything to do with RAF, then that's anything.
Yeah.
So it opens it up to.
But it's just to mention, it's not actually our build. No, it's not our group build. This is Chris's build, but we're supporting him in it because obviously he's part of Misfits, and we support our members as much as we can. So we'll support him on this, even though it's running at exactly the same time as ours. I don't think his is anywhere near as long as ours. It might be 6 or 8 weeks. I'm not certain. But you would have to check with him for rules. And I would think he's pretty much the same as us, though. So, you know, excellent. So that'll be two new group builds. So moving along. Now, I just wanted to touch on Revell of Germany and Revell Monogram, etc., in America. As we know, Revell have been sold. They've been bought by a German company. Now, that company has decided to temporarily suspend all building of any further kits just while they evaluate and take stock of all their equipment, all their stock, all their molds they have, where they've got them, you know, what model, what sort of back stock or whatever they've got. So it's like a global stock check. And they're going to do that. And then once they've done that, they're going to start pumping kits out again. So why have I brought this up? Well, I mean, there's lots of channels brought this up, and I tell you what, the best one for me that gave the best answer that I've seen, I can't comment on all the channels because I haven't seen everyone's response to it, but Andy's Hobby World is a channel that he owns a shop in America, and he covers the Revell purchase in some detail and explains everything that's going to happen and you know, will happen and what won't happen. And so why I decided to cover it was because that some people are trying to make money out of this. In that they're hiking the prices of their Revell kits because they perceive that they're going to be few and far between. So I just want to say, before you buy a Revell kit, check its price everywhere. If it seems a lot of money, it probably is. Revell kits generally are not that expensive. Don't give in to these people and end up paying them loads of bloody money for a kit that probably will start being remolded in a few months anyway, so you'll lose money on it that way as well. So you know, that's just a bit about Revell, and that they will be doing their stock check, and then everything will be back to normal, hopefully, which is good news. Another drink. Got a sore throat as well. Right. Now then, some personal things that I'm looking at now. So as you know, well, some of you will know, not everyone. Let me just get this. I bought into the 2-pack system for clear coating, hardener, you know, the stuff that gives you the really nice shine. And these are great. You know, I love the 2-pack finish. It really is nice. But now I bring this up because not many people know this about me, but when I was serving my apprenticeship, part of one of the things I had to do was work in COSH. Those that don't know what COSH is, it's the control of substances hazardous to health. and there's a whole law framework behind KOSH. It's not just it's not just a fancy title. It's the health executives for the government and everything else. It's strict guidelines on using products like this. So I've been using this, and I'm well aware that there are risks involved with using it because it's not a nice substance, let's be honest. They can be rather nasty, so that you've got to wear proper respiratory equipment, and you need adequate ventilation. And I'm sat here and I'm thinking about these 2-pack clear coats, and then I watch a video from Plasmo, in which he is clear coating a car, and he gets a tremendous finish, equal to any clear coat, any 2-pack I've seen. The finish is absolutely fantastic, and I'm thinking to myself, I can't do that. My acrylic finishes are very poor, so I'm thinking to myself, what I'm basically doing with this, I'm basically cheating. It's a cheat, because I can't get a nice shiny finish that I like with the acrylic. I've gone down the easy route, mix this up, spray it on, and then, hey presto, you've got a lovely shiny car. I'm now beginning to think that maybe what I should be doing is trying to fine-tune and hone my acrylic skills so that I can spray and paint stuff in a more healthier environment, so I don't have to use these.
Rob said the question, is the result worth the risk? Not for me.
That's a very good point.
Not for me either.
And I've come to the conclusion that I need to concentrate on improving my modeling skills, not buying something that's going to help me subvert one of them. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but so I have got these, and I'm loath to throw anything away because
he don't throw nothing away.
No, and these
not even a cardboard box that he's modelling bits come in.
These are expensive, and at some point I will probably use them up. But what I'm saying is, once these are used up, I don't think I should be replacing them with any 2-pack clear coat or hardener of any sort. I want to get my modeling skills improved to a degree that I can equal or get very close to equaling these. So, that's just a little thoughts on 2-pack. I'm not sure. So that's something I've got to work on, because I want to concentrate on things being a bit more, so I'm not breathing in so much crap. So what have I been building this week? Well, I've been working on, as everyone knows that's been following the show, I've been working on the Revell 1/32 Phantom 2, where it's the Phantom F4F. And as everyone will know, each week I come on and tell everyone that that I was told it was a horrendous kit. You shouldn't build it. It won't build very well. You'll have this problem, that problem, the next problem, and it became a bit of a big project. Not because it was difficult. It's been a sublime kit. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm going to show you it in a minute. It's not finished. I've got, these are the few little bits left. I'll go through in a minute what needs doing on them. And it's just made me realize that what we perceive to be a poor kit is nothing more than a tool to improve your skills. So let's say you're very poor at filling. Your filling skills are rubbish or dire or whatever. So you start buying men kits or Bandai kits, because they don't need filling so much. They're much better molds. But I say, go down the road of Revell or Airfix, find a kit that has fill problems, that needs filling quite badly, and buy that, because you're going to learn from that. You'll put that together. You'll have to fill every seam line to get it right, and hopefully by the time you've finished with that, you'll come out the other end and you'll have some great skills. And that's what. So let's just bring the bad kit over. So I don't know how much of this is going to show up very well.
Hang on, you're not that clean.
But there we go. So this is the Phantom.
Rachel says hello.
Hello, Rachel. Then we got the cockpit going on in there. We got some. All the decals are on now. That was a 3-day marathon. Just because I had to be careful. And then can we zoom in? Was it gonna? We can see the rhino with his head down on the side.
The funny thing about that is, I didn't like that plane because I didn't like all that white decal on it. I thought it was horrible. And it wasn't until someone pointed out that that's actually a rhino. Once they pointed it out.
Neil pointed it out, didn't he?
Once he pointed it out and I could see it, I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird how you don't see something until somebody points it out to you.
And then we got the 50th anniversary on that side. But if you flip it round, you've got the 35th anniversary on that side. This has had aqua gloss all over it. And all that's left to do on this is put the canopies on, put the front nose section and hinge on, and the landing gear and the engines. Now you may ask why there's no weapons. Well, this particular Phantom is a showbird. It isn't actually used in theatre jet plane or whatever, and it just goes around shows and stands there and looks pretty, hence why it's got the nice shine finish to it. Hey, and Mr. Reese has dropped in.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I might not be on for long because the signal's not very good here. So
yeah, you're very quiet, Reese.
Oh, am I? How's that?
Reese, you still need a haircut.
I know. I've been doing so much moving and all that sort of caper. I've not actually had time.
How have you been?
I've been better, but you know, it's a very small space, and I'll be getting there. I'm trying to cram a man cave into a single bedroom room, and it's just not working. So I've actually found another room, another place with a bit bit more space, and I can actually have my bench up and have my setup properly rather than where I am at the moment. So,
All right, I'm just.
Yep.
Let me see if I can just turn your volume up a little bit. Say something.
yeah.
Now.
So, hello. How's that? Any better? No.
Yeah,
Anything?
I think so. Angela, can you hear him now?
Everybody else can hear him.
All right, everyone else can hear you.
Ah, brilliant. Okay, cool.
I'll
That's
just
always
turn
good.
my volume up on my laptop. That's probably what it is. Yeah, it's my volume's very low, so that's it.
Yeah.
It might be the fact that I've got my volume turned off.
Well, yeah. She has
Everyone turn up.
No, she can't because
I can hear you now.
it reverb through my it bounces around the room and ends up like you've got
Oh, right.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's
I can hear you now. Your fault, Mark.
Yeah, my fault. Yes, so
Cool.
and that's the Phantom. Let me just show you the bottom. I didn't show you the bottom.
Oh yeah, sorry, Mark. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Got this great decal on the middle there, which took some doing because of the curve and that. Little bit of detailing of the dirt, more of a dust dirt than anything else, because it would have been kept in good condition. So hopefully by the end of next week, this should be done. I'll show you what's. I've told you the canopy to go on, and then this. What I'm waiting on actually is some brass rod. I've ordered some brass rod because I broke the. Let me just bring it down onto the there. So I broke the wheel, the front wheel on the. So I've got some. I think it's 0.5 mil, 1 mil, and 3 mil brass rod coming in 100 mil lengths, so 10 centimeter lengths. And then I can snip a bit off, just drill 2 holes, and hopefully sort of super glue them back together. We'll see how that goes, though. That's the plan. That's what's holding everything up really at the moment. We've got a couple of little bits that have got to go on around the front nose, underneath, and the wheel wells. And then, as I'm not doing any weapons on it, will be that Phantom done, and it can go up on the wall.
It's looking well, mate. It's looking really well.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I was just saying last night to the guys in the hangout that it's one of the very few kits that I'm so happy with at this stage. Normally at this stage, I keep looking at some part of it and thinking, but no, I'm happy with it at the moment. And so we'll hopefully that'll be done. While I was building this is a little trick that somebody suggested. Probably everyone knows about it, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Car washing sponges. You can buy these for 50 pence each from B&Q. If you
don't show the dog.
Yeah, don't show the dog because the dog thinks they're squeaky and it leads to all sorts of drama. Just get a sharp knife, cut a U shape or a V shape or whatever shape you want, and then you have got a rather good way of holding your model without it getting bashed and nicked, because before I kept getting little scratches everywhere before I'd had a chance to give a spray over with a clear coat. So now I use this. Great. It's so simple. £1. And I've got two supports there. Many people have done it. I just thought I'd mention it in case there's anyone in that hasn't done it. So, with what you got that's new then, Reese? Anything? I know you've been.
Really, I'll show you.
Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, what I've got. I mean, this is my. Sorry. Around. Yes, that is my bed. And there is my bench. So it is everywhere at the moment. I've got some stash up there too. And I've literally yes, I'm going to invest in those and just tidy it up a little bit. Literally, all I've been doing is trying to get this sort of stuff straight because a single little room that I was trying to cram a man cave into, and it just isn't working. So I've actually found another place where I can set up properly, have a place for all my kits and my bench and that sort of stuff. So that's what I've been doing really. I've been working a lot as well. So probably not seeing me a lot and that sort of thing. I've got off my iPad at the moment, so I've not had a chance to do literally anything. I am missing
what you do is awesome. So that forgoes everything.
What was that? Sorry, Angela?
I said the job you do is awesome, so that forgoes everything.
Yeah. So I do miss being with you guys, though. That's the only downside to the job. And another good bit of news is I'm hopefully looking at changing companies. So I'm not doing I'll probably do the same sort of hours, but not a 50-mile commute one way to work. So I'll be more rested. I'll be.
Yeah, that's a good. So I mean, for Reese works for ambulance service. So he works in really weird hours.
Yeah.
He's not always available, but yeah, great. It is a great job.
Yeah, pays the bills.
Were you joining in on any of the group builds?
What ones we got running? I was going to join the escort one.
Yeah, got the escort one, and then Chris is doing this 100 years of RAF.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll probably get involved. I've got some RAF stuff here. So it's literally now going to be a matter of packing up again and moving to another new place.
It's like musical chairs.
It is.
I've lost count of how many new places you've been to.
Yeah, well, this is the first new. So I've moved in here. When did I move in here? A few weeks ago, and sort of moved in. I thought, yes, it'll be fine. Enough space. Come here and put my stuff in. I was like, there isn't enough space. So this is the place I'm going to now. It's only the second place I've been to. But I'm a bit of a nomad at the moment. So if anyone's got a pet camel they can lend, then send it down.
And obviously Reese has got his own channel, which is RJC Models. And, he's been building Ford Escorts for quite a while, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I have been doing a lot of extra detail to so like on the rally cars they have on the wheels there's a wire that holds the wheel on so you don't lose your wheel. And I've been doing a lot of brake pipes, harnesses, that sort of stuff to it. Actually, I might be able to, if I can find it in the mess, I might be able to find it to show you guys if I can see where it is.
Yeah, that would be great.
If you hear a giant, you hear a giant on top of me. Just here. But I thought I'd join in tonight because it's a bit a bit of spare time. So
yeah, excellent. Excellent.
Here it is. So this is where I'm at. We're out with it at the moment. I've got out of the decals done.
Oh, it is beautiful. I love the
iPad too. There's the so there's the main interior. All of the engine's in. So I got the suspension, that sort of thing done. But I'm actually.
You're breaking up quite badly, Reese.
Oh, am I? I think it's because of the internet here. The internet's not the best.
Yeah. Is everyone else having problems, or is it just me? No. Right. Okay. You can you reduce your bandwidth?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Hang on. Let me see how I do that. I don't think it's going to let me. Let me go back out. Back in again. No, it's not going to let me. I don't know why. Okay. But I say it's very, very temperamental here. So, so the new place I'm going to has got better internet as well. So I'll be able to join with you guys a bit better.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, that's where the escort's at. It's with the. I think the part 4 that's up on the channel now takes you to this part. So if you guys actually want to have a proper look at it, pop over to have a look. I think it's part 4 I'm at now.
Yeah, you're at part 4.
So
where
we're at with it.
Wants to see, and what's your opinions of because a lot of people have said that kit is poor, very bad. Some people have used the word shitolary.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that term. I don't believe that any kit. Well, I mean, you know my opinions on bad kits. What's your opinion on that?
I think the Atelieri stuff is good stuff. It's good starter stuff. You know, for someone that just wants a cheap model, it's absolutely fine. The Atelieri. So this one.
No, you've gone again.
No, I've gone again.
No, it's actually when you make any sort of interesting comments, you just completely disappear. when we're just talking backwards and forwards about, I don't know, anything, the weather.
How's that? Is that any better? I've turned off the Wi-Fi, so you're now onto my my 4Gs.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's like
yeah, as I was saying, the Atelieri kits, like the Norton I've done on the channel as well, they are very old Reeboxes. You know, I think I can't think who make this one, but the Norton that I've got up on the channel is an old Protar kit. So obviously that's where its downfall is there. I can't remember who made this kit, but so they say new, but they're Reeboxes.
It's very misleading.
Yeah, I think for what I'm doing here is it's a good base kit to go. Well, this is a base kit. This is what you can do with it. Put the interesting detail in it. A lot of the buckles and the harnesses that come in. I don't know if you guys can see that well in the bay there. The sort of plastic harnesses are actually stuff you get in the kit. So the detail is there. It's just adding the ribbon for the harnesses and that sort of stuff. So I think that it's very, very good, a good kit, and it's good to start with. And I think I explained a bit about it in the video, but I find them great. You know, I've got the transit to go with this as well, because I'm going to make a service barge to go with this, and that fell together. You know, I've done some interior detail and the seat belts and that sort of stuff with that. And I just think they're good kits. They're good starter kits. For I think I about paid 20 quid for that. For a 20 quid kit, you really can't argue. You know, a bit of scratch building, and you've got a good looking model there, I think.
Yeah, I'm just going through now. scale mates, and I'm on to there's the build, there's the kit. I'm just going to have a quick look at the history, and I'll tell you. So yeah, Italeri marketed this as a new kit, or at least it looked to be new when I bought it. I was told it was a new kit.
Yeah, yeah.
So, which is totally misleading because it was actually brought out in 1979 by the looks of this.
Yeah.
Let me just go to the full history. So, yeah, 1979. It was a new tool with Esky.
Esky, that's the one. Yeah, yeah.
It had new parts, new decals, new box, new parts. It had a new box in 1981, another new box in 1980, was unspecified. New box. It got new decals in 2002, new box in 2005, and new decals in 2017 when it moved to Italeri. So it hasn't actually had any new parts since 1980, 1981.
Right, Joe said Italeri can be misleading. The AH64D is not an AH. It's actually mostly an AH64D. I called them out on this, and they basically told me to just go with. Their first in the manual is to remove all the raised detail in the cockpit, as that is for the AH64A, and to replace the god-awful flat decals and to give the impression of an AH64B.
Right.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, so.
Hi, Richard.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't know what to make of. This is the way companies are, aren't they? And where are Italeri based? Are they Italian?
I'm guessing they're Italian.
I think they are. Yeah, they're Italian. Yeah, yeah. But so I will build literally anything.
Yeah, I will.
You know, any company, any brand. I've not got a favorite brand. I mean, I do like my Tamiya. Don't get me wrong, I do like Tamiya because they make good kits and they fall together. But I do like the challenge. I mean, at the end of the day, we're model makers, so the challenge there is to go, well, you know, we've got a bit of a seam line here, so we'll just take care of that, or we've got a sink mark. But if you got if you've got the right sort of support, you know, and that sort of stuff, I think it could be. You could have a really bad kit, but still have a nice model at the end of it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
that's a good job because I like really old kits. The older, the better. The more out there, the better. Whenever Mark opens them and he goes, "Oh my god!"
Case in point, Knight Rider.
Leave Knight Rider alone. That's just
Knight Rider.
There he is. There she is. Good old kit.
Watch my review on that. Oh dear. So anyway, I mean that's so my up until now, I've fallen into the trap the same as everyone else because I was new to the hobby 3 years ago, and I didn't have a channel or anything. And I watched other people reviewing kits, and I thought, you know, that's something I would like to do. I would like to, you know, get involved and try and help the community in some way. So I would start to do my own reviews. And the thing was, I can't do the reviews on the new kits because they're expensive and I don't have the money. So I would review the kits I got. Now, because I could only buy the older, cheaper kits, they tended to be a bit naff. So I would review them, and I would review them in the style I've seen other people review them, in that I would slate them for flash, I would slate them for bad fitting and so on and so forth. But now I'm doing it differently. Now when I review my kits, I'm not focusing on looking for negative areas. If there is something that's overly negative, then I will mention it. I'll still mention that there's a kit that's got a lot of flash, but I'm not going to get all, we're not bothered about flash. Is just so easy to get rid of. It's not a problem. Seam lines, they're worth mentioning because it's to me, it's just this same. It boils down to the same thing every time. If every kit you bought was perfect, I mean, the thing is, I said to somebody the other day, if you took two people and if you took two people that had never modelled before, and you gave one for 2 years, you decided to teach them both modelling, and all you were allowed to do was one would be brought up building Revell and sort of monogram style kits, and the other would be brought up for 2 years building Bandai, Meng, those sort of kits. And then at the end of 2 years, to evaluate who's made the most progress, they would both be given a kit that would be considered fairly difficult to build. It'd be the same kit. They'd both be given it, go away, come back, and let's see how you've done. And I am so confident that the person that's been brought up on the Bandai stuff would be struggling because they wouldn't have the skills there to build this new kit. They would be stuck. So instead of slating these kits, we've got to celebrate them because they are bringing in the next generation of modelers, the next generation of modeling skills. So although I did slate Knight Rider,
get shot for that.
And it's hard for me to say this, but Knight Rider, if you want to learn some modelling, Knight Rider is probably the perfect car.
Take this note. He said that live on screen. That better be perfection wanted on that model.
It is so close to the Knight Rider kit. Actually sits right next to the bin.
Just in case, right?
And it's right on the rim, and it only takes a little knock. If I was to knock the sort of trolley it sits on, it would fall in the bin. Sadly, that would be a tragic loss.
I'm very sorry. On next week, but I'm not shot him.
But see, the funny thing is, I mean, I don't know if the persons that commented is watching this evening, but there was a comment made on my review of the Manx Norton. Yes, there are a few things wrong with it because, as we said before, it's an old kit. The kit that it came from was an old all-metal kit, and it's kind of, the guy was like, oh, you should have built it and then reviewed it and that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to do an overview video when I can, when I get settled in again. But it was an out of the box review. It was what I saw at the time. So literally, what you saw is what you got. As a lot of people do reviews that way. Straight out of the box. All right, okay, this is what we got. This is where it is. That sort of thing. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. This is how reviews are done. And this guy's saying, yeah, but I've got the kit, and this has happened, that's happened, this has happened, that's happened. I've had this problem, that problem, this problem. You should have done a build first. And it's like, well, yeah, I did. I'm not going to lie, I did have problems with it, and mine wasn't really that bad in comparison to ones that I know are out there. You know, I didn't have half as many problems this guy did, but it was I still had its bugbears. But you know, I'll do an end of build review and say, well, yeah, this is what I've heard about this kit. These are the sort of little niggles that I've had, but I got over them because they were little things, you know.
Yeah.
We've got Mr. Neil in.
Mr. Harris.
Mr. Huh.
Yeah, we got Mr. T. Now we got Mr. H.
Mr. H. Mr. H.
Yeah, that's quite Mr. H.
Don't you ever call me that. I had that nickname for 5 years at a certain race team, and H stood for horrible.
Really? Have we stumbled across a
What about Mr. Pain in the Arse?
I was caught more than that. I was seeing you race tech, and I was not the nicest person to work for.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Especially when things weren't going well.
I can't
They used to call me H for horrible. Lovely Governor guys. Loved them to bits.
Yeah.
No, we won some races, me and them lads, but I used to have to be hard with them. So now H stands for horrible where I'm concerned.
All right.
Do apologise, I'm late. I've been out.
Mr. Happy.
Mr. Happy.
Yeah.
Mr. Happy. Ba, 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 ba. Wasn't that a Mr. Man?
Yeah, Mr. Happy. He was yellow, weren't he? He was
Mr. Happy, Mr. Grumpy. Oh, race what?
Oh.
Mr. Tall
You
with
got
hair.
all of them in now, look.
Whoa.
right. So Neil's coming at a good opportunity. You got anything you want to share with us?
So
Neil?
even after I ain't even opened a box for 3 weeks.
Oh, that cleared
No,
that.
I ain't done nothing for 3 weeks. I ain't done absolutely diddly what. Life's got in the way a bit at the moment, so nothing's been done. But we're making headway on that side, thankfully. Oh,
Great. So
Race what you munching on?
I've
Chocolate.
had my
Get fat.
battered for the last 2.5 years.
yeah, you get fat. Take it from an expert.
Well, I'm already fat. What are you on about?
Simple pat on a chip.
No, Baker's just cute. That's all.
Cute.
Yeah, Baker's cute. Yeah, he's cute as animal, but he was cute. He was one of the cute ones in the Muppets. And he's cute as animal. Animal was my favourite.
I'm not going to make a comment about animals. I could get myself into a lot of trouble.
I've got to get this. I mean, there's not much else I can say for this week, really. We're not gonna go off just yet.
Anybody got any questions?
Yeah, we'll carry on building for a bit.
Although I would like to say thank you very much to Joanna. She's been a godsend tonight because she's been helping me out. As everyone knows, I know jack shit when it comes to modelling. I'm just here for probably to piss everyone off.
You need to make the place look good, Angela.
Shut up, Race. But Joe's been really good and answering questions that I can't, so I'm very thankful for that. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Oh, one thing I've bought, I'll mention is that I went to Duxford on Saturday for my first time ever. Had an absolutely amazing time.
Oh, yes, it was you because I saw you in a picture.
Did you?
I thought I recognised her hair anywhere. There was a picture put up on the internet by Clarice.
Oh, was
There's a bloke in front of her in the, I think it was a Blenheim. That's right. On the other hairstyle, that's Reese.
Oh, yeah. I poked my head for a...
And all I could see was just part of your head.
Well, with this hair, it's hard to miss, isn't it? Look at that, look. It's like flocking.
It's
You know
hard
that
to
flocking?
hide, mate. It's hard to
It's
hide.
like flocking. So that evergreen flocking you can buy. Might just cut it off and paint it green. No, while I was at Duxford, there was a second-hand kits guy there. I can't think what his name is now, but I'll find it and stick a link in here when it goes up as a video. And I got this for 16 quid.
Ooh.
Which is the
Bargain.
148 Westland Links.
Is that the one I've got?
This is the one that's got the. Let me just have a look. Oh, now it's upside down. It's got the.
Question
I think it's got 2 German ones.
Yeah.
A German one, a Dutch one, and HMS Somerset Royal Navy.
Hang on, that HMS Somerset Royal Navy.
Yeah.
Whip the decals out of that, sunshine.
Yeah.
That ain't Jamie's helicopter, is it?
Hang on 1 second. Let me just turn you around. So yeah, not looking at my ugly mug. Oh, hang on. Oh, what we're doing? Find the buttons.
I'm wondering if that's Sago's.
Let me just have a look. Oh, I'm just going to pop you down here a second. Right.
Hi, Jamie.
Let's have a look. I haven't actually opened this yet, so it's a live.
Have a look at the decals and see if I think he's Lieutenant Jamie Hago. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Jamie's.
Well, you did.
Thought it was.
It's got the little lady on it. Show this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Evelyn. Yeah.
Evelyn, that's it. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Keep pressing the wrong button again. There we go. I'll get there in a minute. Where is it? Over, down, left, right. There we go. See her just there. Look.
Yeah. Yeah.
There she is. But actually, I'm going to build this for, as some of you guys may know, and I'm going to build this one for a model boat called the HMS Dumbarton Castle, which I believe, doing a bit of research into it, was a submarine chaser. So I'm going to put this. I'm going to get the Black Dog market kit, so I can do the tail folded and the nose open and that sort of stuff.
You've got to do that in Agav's colours. You've got to.
Yeah.
You've got to do that as Evelyn with Jamie.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it as the British Royal Navy, because it's the. I'm doing it for a radar control. I'm going to do it for a radar control model boat called the HMS Dumbarton Castle, which was a castle class submarine chaser. So I'll do it as that one, so I can put. I think
it's on open YouTube now. There's the hour-long interview he did with Flory.
With Mr. F, yeah, Mr. Flory.
Yeah, and he's one of the funniest guys you've ever come across, because he's just released a book. Well, one of Migamo's books is written by Jamie Hago, all about aircraft weathering, and he's just a cracking guy. He's just a wonderful guy, Jamie Hago.
I've never met him, but he does look very, very funny and very, very nice.
Oh, he's been in the Flory forum for years, and he's a real nut. He's a nutcase. He's a fruitcake.
And that's coming from Neil.
Yeah. He's in charge of some of the training now, isn't he, for the new Fleet Air-on pilots up at Anglesey?
Yeah, that's right.
Because they're sharing the base with the RAF now.
Oh. Yeah, no. So I picked that up for 16 quid, and I think they usually sell about 30 quid. I think so. I thought, gotta have it. So can't say no to it. And so I got some ideas for the aftermarket to go with it, because you can get the Black Dog stuff, which is tail folded, nose, cockpit, the nose doors open, so you seal the inside, that sort of stuff.
So I'm continuing on the just putting the landing gear into the Phantom. I've decided to go with, we were talking about the weapons last night, Neil.
Mm.
I'm going to keep it as a show bird, like you said, and have it weapons free.
I think the only thing they run on them as a show bird was they put the wing tanks on. And they use the one wing tank as an empty tank. It's just like a stowage locker for carrying the pilot stuff when they go around the shows.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with that because I started to put
they didn't even have pylons on them.
That's why I've left it free from them because I started to build them up today. I started to sand all the seats, started seeing, but when I started roughly placing them where they had to go,
they'll go there, mate. They go on the wings.
Yeah, you got these ones that one's the centre, that one's that end.
Yeah, I've never seen them fly with the centre ones on.
Oh, you got 3.
Yeah, and then you've got you've got 2 rockets here, I think. And so anyway, the point being, you weren't going to see any of this. All this time I spent putting these decals on, and getting these ones to conform around here, and it was all going to be covered because you weren't going to see it because I was going to stick these bloody huge things in the way. So I decided Neil's right. It's a show bird. It should stay.
That's what they used to call me H for horrible for, because I usually was.
You're not horrible.
Hey?
You're not horrible.
Oh, they one of them, even got his missus to make a voodoo doll of me, and I used to sit there sticking pins in it. I used to have a right laugh.
Fucking hell.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you used to have some real fun and games in the old days. It was a real laugh. We used to all work well together, but we just used to. It was best to have it as fun. You know what I mean? You spent that long together. It was just let's have some fun about it.
Let's have some fun about it.
And if there was any shenanigans going on or any practical jokes, you can guarantee 90% of the time I was behind it.
Jo said she gets to use her new homemade gluing hanger with the tank when it arrives. Gluing hanger.
Oh, so we did have a question. Sorry, I forgot all about it because me too started in while you lot were.
He's just ignoring you, Jo.
So was it Joe that asked?
It was.
How to approach a tank build?
Have you built a tank? To approach?
Yes, right. So for me, I have built a tank. I built a very, very titchy tiny one, which is it was an Airfix. Was it a Churchill?
That was the dinky.
Tiny little thing. It is. It's about sits in the palm of your hand. It's about that big, and it sort of sits there like that. Now I built that. Now I've got bigger tanks that I haven't built yet. I built a Dozer D9, which is track links.
Hang on. Before we go off track, what type of tank is Joe thinking of building?
I was about to say, because for those that don't know, I primarily build armor. So what depends on what sort of stuff she's building. Oh, go. Well, yeah, I've gone 30. What tank is it, Joe? Because I say 35th scale is ideal. Because you can get the right sort of. It's the right sort of size to have a go with. Oh, Trump T39, T90. Yeah, that's a good kit.
Okay.
What is that? TACOM or?
It's a trumpeter T90, a Russian one. But yeah, the best thing to do is just take it slowly. It depends on what sort of tracks on it. If you've got the rubber band tracks, they can be a bit fiddly. And also at the same time, if you've got the individual track linked ones, they can be a bit fiddly. But I mean, if you take your time with it, it should be okay. I mean, Trumpeter are very, very good. They're tanks.
Yeah, there ain't a lot of fit issues with the trumpet kits. They're pretty good.
I might add, not fiddly if you've got one of these.
Yeah, that is
Well, they're still fiddly if you've got one of them, because you've still got to clean every link up before you put them in there.
Yeah, I know. But
links are a bloody nightmare. They end up everywhere.
That would be that.
They still end up everywhere.
Obviously, Reese is the man to listen to on this one because I've had to buy a jig just to put the links together.
I've gone from 135 scale, trumpeter 135 T90. Me?
Yeah.
Orly? Question mark?
No, I think with the single linked tracks, you're best doing it sort of when you're fresh at the bench, pair of tweezers, and just take your time with it. You know, take it nice and easy. And just follow the instructions. You know, it's tanks are really quite straightforward. Really, you know, once you've got the main hull that built,
he's all right.
Then it just sort of falls together. I mean, I haven't built a tank now since from start to finish since I built my Sherman for my diorama after D-Day. But that was a Talieri kit, and it just fell together. That is one thing you'll find. Trumpeter Academy, Talieri, and Tamiya are brilliant for tanks. They literally just drop together. So the only thing you will find a little bit is the tracks, depending on what site type it is, but it's all good. They're pretty good. But, wow. Do I not get? Thank you for the advice. Never built a tank.
Yeah, I've not.
Yeah, they're straightforward. They really are. They're very, very simple.
I've got my tanks that I've got to build are the US main battle tank from Meng, or Mong as I believe it's called, and the British heavy tank Mark V, the one from World War One that everyone built.
Oh, the Mark the Mark V.
Yeah, I haven't built mine yet, but the female, I've got the female one.
Oh, okay. There is a tank I'm looking forward to doing. Literally, I've only grabbed it because it's literally just in front of me here. Is the I love American armor.
Yeah.
War American. This is what I'm looking forward to doing.
All right, Academy.
Which is the Academy Hellcat, but this has got a full interior detail. And I've had a nosy through it, and it does look like such a nice kit. It is phenomenal. I mean, it's got a one-piece hull and rubber band tracks, but I'm sure I could figure a way around that. It's not a problem. But yeah, Academy. I built. Did I build an Academy kit before? I think I built the Academy Apache, like what Joe built not so long ago. And I think that found the floor because it fell off the shelf. But I've never had any problems with Academy. You had any problems with Academy, Neil? Have you worked with it before?
No, never had a problem with them. A few seam lines here and there, but nothing major.
Looking for a T80 view. I'm not finding.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying. So while I just looked at my kit and I found that I forgot I'd got this. I bought this.
Forgot I was hiding.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, Easy 8 with the 4 figures. This has got loads of plastic in it.
Joe said, did you have the massive seam issue with the Apache? As was Paul.
I can't remember. It's been a while since I built it now. I've got another one in the stash, so I will have a look through that. Actually, is it here? Is it at arm's length? Can't see it, so it might be over there. But I'll have a look.
I've also got the Sherman stowage set resin, which
has a picture if you want it.
Which goes with that
Have a picture if you want.
Tamiya kit. It's this one here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that goes with that, and I should probably build them two together when I get round to it. I'm told that this, although I don't, so many people use this term now. I'm told this is getting a rare kit in this box, I guess. Although personally, I see them all over the place, so I don't really know exactly how rare it is. I see them everywhere, but there you go.
Is that the Verlinden set in it, Mark?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The Verlinden set can be a bit tricky to get hold of. Obviously, now they're out of production.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, has it got a bit of? Yeah, it's got a bit of photo etch in it. Didn't know that.
Oh.
There's a lot of plastic in there. The lid struggles to stay on. I know that. So yeah, I've got that. And the only I've never really gelled with armour. I don't know why. I think it's just that the very first group that I was involved with, they didn't really build armour. So they just built cars and planes.
Shiny, yeah.
Yeah, so I just built what they built. And
yeah, well, I mean, if guys are interested, just to keep my brain amused while I'm not at the bench, I could start an armor group build if anyone's interested. On the Misfits channel, like on the Misfits page. Just as a matter of interest and something a bit different, you know.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps that's something we could. Perhaps we could do that group build after, or at least a couple of months into the Ford one, the Escort one.
Yeah.
I can't have any more running at the same time. I've got the. I know Neil can do it. Neil can build like multiple kits at the same time, but I'm normally just one kit at a time, and I'm really throwing the boat out now because it looks like on Friday I'm going to have 3 kits on the go. I've never
climbing the walls by Sunday.
I've never done that before, so it will be interesting. You may end up with an escort with wings and
a turret.
And and RAF stickers all over it.
Especially if he falls asleep.
One wing and an exhaust. And the Escort will have burner cans on the back. The exhaust will be missing.
Yeah, that could be a what if build.
Yeah.
What if you? Could...
So if something the guys want on Misfits, I could, obviously everyone has got to join in straight away. I can make it run for a while, like a year or something like that. You know, I know there are group builds that have run that long.
Yeah.
Give everyone a chance. You know, it's just something to give myself something to do, model related, while I'm sort of in limbo, as it were, at the moment. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this thing, people don't need to. If anybody wants to do a group build of their own, they can do it. We're not sat here as Lord and Masters saying that, we'll do this on this date and that on that date. If you've got an idea for a group build, you could just email or message one of us, tell us that that's what you want to do, and we will coordinate with you for a good and try and get it going at the best time.
Yeah,
You know, whoever it is will run it as their own. You know, just ask Chris. That's what he's doing. He came to us. He says, "I want to do a group build, an RAF group build," and we were, yeah, great.
Yeah, I love Rob's idea. Sci-fi.
Yeah. Sci-fi.
Yeah.
I've got a perfect build for that already.
Just 2 seconds, Reese. On the Misfits page, Jo has put up a picture of her. Now let me get this right before I get shot. The scene that she was talking about.
Okay, let me have a look.
I'll tag you in it so that you can look at the picture and explain.
Yeah, let me have a look.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let me have a look. Oh yeah, that's quite a scene like that, isn't it? That's quite. I think I'm thinking about it now. So it was a long time ago when I built mine. Where the pilot sits, which is the rear seat, where that little bit hangs over, I seem to remember having a bit of trouble with that because it wouldn't close up. But other than that, I think I was all right with it. So it's been a few years ago that I built it now. So
yeah, I'm just gonna have a look myself and see what it's.
Yeah, that's quite a centre scene, that, isn't it? That's a lot of green. There's a lot of Sergeant Putty going on in there. Looks of things, or Sprue goo.
Oh yeah, let me see. So there it is.
You see it just in front of the rotor blade there.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Oh wow, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a hole, isn't it?
Yeah. So let me see whether I can do this because other people are not going to know. I don't think they're going to know what we're on about.
Jo said she had a hell of a lot of sanding to do.
So I'm just going to screen share Joe's picture so that everyone can see what we're talking about. If that's all right with Joe. So we'll click that. Let's see if it's going to let me share.
Bear with it.
There we go. Screen sharing, present to everyone. And so everyone can see that.
Oh God, that's something out of sci-fi film, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There we go. Can you all see that?
Yeah, it's coming through.
Let's see if we can. So let's just try and zoom in. And so this is what we're on about. So Joe built this. She does amazing jobs with these, but you can see we got this seam line here, which is quite thick, isn't it?
Oh, excuse me.
In front of the rotors, lots of filling are going to be needed, and back here as well.
Yeah. Well, that just the front where you're just up to where your there we go, where your mouse was then, Mark, was where I had a lot of trouble.
So back here where the master tape is.
Yeah, just forward of that. I had a lot of trouble there, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, so you know, but this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You need sometimes you've got to have kits like this to enable you to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
And I love the Apache.
Yeah, I do. I don't know if you've seen it or if anyone else is interested in it like as much as the Apache as I am, or Mark seems to be. There's a book called Apache by an author called Ed Macy. Now, Ed Macy was the first British Apache pilot.
Yeah, I've read it.
Have you read it?
Oh, yes, brilliant. It takes you through Afghanistan, doesn't it?
Yeah, and a very, very brave rescue mission they did.
Yeah.
In Hellman, and I tell you what, you're in the cockpit with him. You're sat there looking at these screens in front of him.
It is a phenomenal read. Yeah, you're right, Reese. It's that's the one where the two soldiers they leave a soldier behind by mistake. A Marine gets left behind, and two Marines stand on the skids of the Apache as it flies them back in. It's not allowed. It's totally against. It's going to sound ridiculous, but it's against the health and safety rules to stand on the skids. But they went back in, and the Apache is feared by the Taliban. They've got a nickname for it, don't they?
It's the mosquito. No, mosquito. What is it now? I think it is something like that, or a wasp, or that.
Jo said she sat on the Apache when I was at Watersham private tour. Lucky soul.
Private tour? How the hell do you manage that? So yeah, and they're quite a difficult beast to fly as well, apparently. So yeah. Yeah, great. As Reese says, it's a fantastic book and highly recommended. I think Reese is froze.
No,
froze
or disappeared.
He's froze, so it may be back in a minute. We'll see. You're quiet tonight, Neil. Everything all right?
No, I'm okay. I'll tell you off air. I'm not saying on air.
Yeah. Okay. What time is it? 9:30. Yeah. So I think really that's about it for this week. So it's it's just this is what we want. I could not find an answer to your question. I wasn't where
she always says that.
She does, doesn't she?
She does. She's very useless.
Every week. I wasn't aware I asked a question.
You weren't. You just talking, and every now and again she pipes up and says blah 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 blah. She's a pain in the arse.
Yeah, she is.
She's worse than having a wife. We ain't got a wife. Remember that. Yeah.
Okay. We'll move on quickly. So thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. Don't forget to pop in during the week, join one of the hangouts, come in and say hello. We're very friendly, and I keep losing my train of thought because my tooth keeps throbbing. Apologies for that. It just every now and then my tooth plays up and I can't concentrate. So thanks for watching, and we will see you all next week, hopefully, God willing. Anything to add, Angela? Neil?
No, good night all.
No, see you all, everybody. See you next week.
Bye for now.